Hi, Claude Pelanne here, Affiliate Starting Line, and welcome. This is part 7, WordPress series, and let's do a quick one about plugins. You come to your dashboard when you want to load in plugins, and plugins are important. If you look down here on the left-hand side of the working dashboard is the tab Plugins. Click it. Plugins are pieces of software that give your website functionality. Now, when you first come in, you're going to see you've got one already loaded up called a Keysmith. This is an anti-spam software. In order to get it going, to activate it, it's going to ask you for an API key. Now, that's a fancy word for saying it wants something that, a piece of code that allows it to let itself into your website and then screen for spam. You get an API key by going to your global dashboard at WordPress. Now, you get one of these global dashboards when you first set up at WordPress. A lot of people aren't aware of that, but they do. So just find your global dashboard, go to your profile, and it's going to have a heading here that says API key and other personal settings. Click on that, and it'll give you a number, and that's what you're going to use when you want to set up a Keysmith. So it's a little more intricate, to get it going. It's just a piece of code. When you get that piece of code, put it in a notepad, put it on your desktop, keep it handy, put it someplace where you can find it, because you may need that API key for other sites when you're setting up, and especially if you're going to want to use a Keysmith. Now, a Keysmith is an anti-spam software. There are a couple of other programs for anti-spam that you can look at that you can use. Now, to add a plugin to WordPress, you just come up here to Add New, click it. And one piece of software that I know of that you can consider is called Spam Free. Type it in, and here's Spam Free right there. Click Install Now. You can activate it. You don't have to activate it. If I bring back here, there's Spam Free, ready to go. Now, I already have a Keysmith, so I'm not going to activate it, but you can activate it, and then you don't even have to use this one. You can deactivate it and then activate Spam Free. Spam Free runs underneath your website. It doesn't really need any activation code or anything, so it's easier to use. There's another one called, that I would also recommend, WordPress Hashcash. Search it. There it is right there. You can do the same thing. Install now. Hashcash has some setups. Very simple. Same thing. No code required. Some people really like it. I'm so used to Keysmith, I haven't used these other two, but they come very highly recommended. So check them out. And they're a little easier to set up. So that's how you set up your spam plugins. Now, there's another plugin that you need and that you should get. So we'll go to Add New, and we'll type in SEO. And there it is, all-in-one SEO pack. Install it. In this case, I'm going to click Activate. I'm going to activate it. It's going to come in here and say I have to go to the configure it. So I'm going to come up here and come in to configure it. And what that means is, I enjoy this plugin. You can make a donation. You should. Enable it. Give it a title, WordPress Trainer. Let's clean this up. So let's call this WordPressTrainer.info. That's the name of the site. WordPress training site, that's fine. And then you can go through here and I just leave the defaults, click update your options, and come into plugins, and all-in-one SEO pack is ready to go. Now, this is what it does. If we come into our posts and we check our post, we created a post on this website, and there's the post. Now, right now, the search engines are going to come in and, they'll look at this and they'll try to figure out what is this post about. That's what all-in-one SEO is supposed to do. Here it is right here. I can move it up underneath. This is all dynamic here. This is WordPress. Now, before I set this up, what I did was I came up to my titles and I came down here in All-in-One SEO and put my title into the title tag here. And I just created a meta title tag. It's called a meta title tag. I came down here and put content into the description. This created a meta description tag. And I came down here and put in keywords, and these created keyword meta tags. And then I came up here and clicked update, and I updated, and now my article is SEO optimized for the title, for the description, and for the keywords. So I'm on-page optimized for this particular post. That's what All-in-One SEO does. And that's what you want to do. Now there's another plugin that you want to get. And if you're serious about building your website, you'll want to get it. And it's called, you want to set up Google Analytics. Ultimate Google Analytics. You can get either one of these, Google Analytics for WordPress or Ultimate Google Analytics. Let's install Ultimate Google Analytics, and we'll activate it. Now what this does is allow you to connect to a piece of software that Google has, and we'll do another video on it, called Google Analytics. And you have to set up Google Analytics in Google, and then it will give you a code, and that code you will install. If you come down here, you see Ultimate Google Analytics, you click on it. It's going to ask for an account ID. That account ID you're going to get from Google. Once you've set up your Google Analytics account, you're going to put that ID in this box. And then you're going to come down here and click Save. And what that will do is put code on every page of your website and allow Google to track all sorts of information about keywords used, people coming in, when they're coming in, where they're coming in from. It gives you all sorts of data to analyze the activity going on your site. So it's very important to install this plugin. And I'm going to do a video about how to install it and how it works next. So that's it. This is how you install plugins into your WordPress site. And you're going to have to set up these plugins to really give your website functionality in order to succeed. So that's it. I hope this has been useful. This is Claude Pelanne at Affiliate Starting Line. Stay with it, stay well, and we'll talk to you soon.